We need to talk about the Honda Premium. Right now, everyone thinks they are being smart by buying a Honda instead of a Toyota. They think they are avoiding the Toyota tax. But here is the truth. You are still overpaying. People are dropping $22,000 on a used Honda CR-V with 90,000 miles on it, thinking they got a deal. That is not a deal. That is just a different kind of robbery. The market has been convinced that Honda is the only alternative to Toyota for reliability. But the really smart money knows better. There are SUVs collecting dust on dealer lots right now for under $10,000 that have better engines, better transmissions, more space, and will last just as long as any Honda. These are the 7 hidden gem SUVs that will outlast a Honda CR-V or Pilot, but nobody buys them because they do not have that Honda badge. Let us start with the elephant in the room. The one SUV that makes Honda owners question everything. Number 7. The Mazda CX-9 from 2007 to 2015. Most people do not even know this exists. They see Mazda and think sports cars or small crossovers. But the first generation CX-9 is a beast that flew completely under the radar. While everyone is fighting over used Honda Pilots, you can walk onto a lot and buy a CX-9 for $7,000 to $9,000. Here is what makes it special. Under the hood, you have the 3.7-liter V6. This is not some economy engine. It is a modified version of the Ford Duratec, pushing 273 horsepower. It is mated to a 6-speed automatic transmission. No CVT nonsense, no turbo lag, just smooth, reliable power. But here is the kicker. It seats 7 people. The Honda CR-V only seats 5. You are getting pilot-level space for CR-V money. The interior is legitimately nice too. Mazda did not cheap out. You get soft touch materials, supportive seats, and a driving experience that is actually engaging. Honda interiors from this era, hard plastics everywhere. Maintenance is simple. Regular oil changes, transmission fluid every 60,000 miles, and you are good. These engines routinely hit 250,000 miles without major issues. I have seen them in the shop with original transmissions still shifting smoothly at 200,000 miles. The only warning, check for rust if you are in the salt belt. Mazda's rust protection was not great in this era, but mechanically rock solid. Number 6. The Hyundai Santa Fe, 2013 to 2018, with the 3.3-liter V6. I know what you are thinking. A Hyundai. Are you serious? Yes, I am serious. Before you click away, hear me out. The third generation Santa Fe is the SUV Hyundai made when they were trying to prove they were not a joke anymore, and they succeeded. This thing is built like a tank, but everyone still remembers when Hyundais were garbage, so nobody wants them. You want the 3.3-liter V6 model specifically. This is Hyundai's Lambda 2 engine. It produces 290 horsepower and 252 pound-feet of torque. That is more power than a Honda Pilot from the same era. It is paired with a 6-speed automatic that is actually quite good. Here is the secret. Hyundai over-engineered these because they were still fighting their bad reputation. They needed these cars to last, and they do. The engines are bulletproof. Timing chain, not a belt, so no expensive maintenance there. The transmission is smooth and reliable if you change the fluid. You can find these all day long for $8,000 to $10,000 with under 100,000 miles. A comparable Honda Pilot, you are looking at $18,000 to $20,000 minimum. That is a $10,000 difference for basically the same utility. The interior is spacious, comfortable, and way nicer than you would expect. Heated seats, dual-zone climate control, a decent sound system. It is a legitimate family hauler. The downside is resale value, which is terrible. But that is only a downside if you are selling. If you are buying, that is the whole point. Let someone else eat the depreciation. Number 5. The Nissan Pathfinder from 2013 to 2019, only with one engine. Okay, before you run away screaming about Nissan CVT transmissions, listen carefully. I usually tell you to avoid Nissan like the plague. Their CVT transmissions are legendary for failing. But there is a loophole in the Pathfinder lineup that nobody talks about. You need to find a 2013 to 2019 Pathfinder with the 3.5-liter V6. Yes, it does come with a CVT. But here is the thing, this is Nissan's heavy-duty CVT, not the garbage one they put in the Rogue and Altima. It is the same CVT used in their trucks, and it is actually overbuilt for this application. More importantly, if you find one that has been maintained, and I mean really maintained, with CVT fluid changes every 60,000 miles, these actually hold up. I have seen them go 200,000 miles without CVT replacement. The engine itself is fantastic. VQ35 is one of Nissan's best engines ever made. It is smooth, powerful at 284 horsepower, and mechanically simple. No turbo, no complicated hybrid system, just a proven V6. The Pathfinder is massive inside, 3 rows of usable seating. The cargo space destroys a Honda CR-V. And because it is a Nissan, you can find these for $7,000 to $9,000 all day long. The key is finding one with service records. If the previous owner changed the CVT fluid religiously, you are golden. If there is no record, walk away. That is the gamble with Nissan. But if you do your homework, this is one of the best value SUVs out there. Number 4. The Dodge Durango from 2011 to 2013 with the 3.6-liter Pentastar. I can hear you now. A Dodge? Have you lost your mind? Maybe, but hear me out on this one. The 2011 to 2013 Durango is when Dodge actually got serious. They had just emerged from bankruptcy, and they needed to prove they could build something that did not fall apart. They partnered with Mercedes on the platform, and it shows. You want the 3.6-liter Pentastar V6 model. This engine is a gem. It produces 290 horsepower and has been proven across millions of vehicles. Jeep uses it, Chrysler uses it, Ram uses it. Why? Because it is reliable. It is mated to a 5-speed or 8-speed automatic, depending on the year. Both are solid. The 8-speed is actually a ZEF transmission, the same one used in BMW vehicles. It is smooth and reliable. The Durango is huge. It is body-on-frame tough, seat 7, and can tow 6,200 pounds. The Honda Pilot tows 3,500 pounds maximum. You are getting legitimate truck capability in an SUV package. You can find these for $8,000 to $10,000 with reasonable miles. Why so cheap? Because it is a Dodge and people are scared. But the 3rd-generation Durango is actually good. The interiors are nice, the ride is comfortable, and if you maintain it, it will run forever. Watch out for rust on the subframe if you are in the snow belt. Check the rear differential fluid because dealers did not always keep up with maintenance on these. But mechanically, the engine and transmission are stout. Number 3. The Kia Sorento from 2011 to 2015 with a 3.5-liter Lambda V6. This 2nd-generation Sorento is a serious SUV that nobody respects. Under the hood, aim for the 3.5-liter Lambda V6, the same engine family as the Hyundai Santa Fe, pushing 276 horsepower. It is mated to a 6-speed automatic transmission that is smooth and reliable. No CVT, no turbo, just proven technology. Here is what makes the Sorento special. Kia offered a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty on these. Why would they do that if they were not confident in the reliability? They would not. They knew these would last. The interior is shockingly nice. Leather seats, heated and ventilated front seats, a panoramic sunroof, navigation. You get luxury features for economy money. And it seats 7, just like the Honda Pilot. You can find pristine examples for $7,000 to $9,000. A Honda Pilot with the same miles and features costs at least double. It is insane. Maintenance is cheap too. Kia parts are inexpensive and any mechanic can work on them. No special tools, no complicated procedures. Oil changes, transmission fluid, brake fluid, coolant. That is it. The warning is the same as for any Korean car from this era. Check for rust. but mechanically these are tanks. I have personally seen Sorrentos with 250,000 miles still running strong on the original engine and transmission. Number 2, the Chevrolet Traverse from 2009 to 2012 with the 3.6-liter V6. General Motors gets a bad rap, and honestly they deserve a lot of it. But the first generation Traverse is an exception. This is before General Motors started putting turbo 4 cylinders in everything. This comes from the era when they were still building simple, reliable V6 SUVs. The 3.6-liter V6 in the Traverse is the LLT engine. It produces 288 horsepower and 270 pound-feet of torque, more power than a Honda Pilot. It is paired with a 6-speed automatic that has been proven across General Motors' entire lineup. Here is what makes the Traverse special. It is massive. This thing is basically a Suburban in crossover form. 8 seats, 116 cubic feet of cargo space with the seats down. The Honda Pilot offers 83 cubic feet. You are getting significantly more space. The ride is comfortable, the interior is spacious, and if you find one with Buick Enclave or GMC Acadia badges, it is literally the same vehicle, and you get a nicer interior for not much more money. You can find these for $6,000 to $8,000 all day long. Why? Because they are huge, they drink gas, and everyone thinks General Motors is unreliable. But the 3.6-liter V6 and 6-speed combo is actually solid if maintained. The key issues to watch are timing chains, which can stretch around 150,000 miles if the oil was not changed regularly. The water pump is driven by the timing chain, so if it fails, it is a big job. But if the maintenance was done, these go 250,000 miles with no problem. Also check for transmission cooler line leaks. It is a common issue, but easy to fix. And the HVAC actuators can fail, causing clicking noises. It is annoying, but not a reliability concern. Number 1. The Acura MDX second generation from 2007 to 2013. Okay, I saved the best for last. This one is technically a Honda, but most people do not realize it. The Acura MDX is Honda's luxury SUV, but because it wears the Acura badge instead of Honda, it depreciates like crazy. Here is the setup. Under the hood is Honda's legendary J37 V6 engine. It is a 3.7-liter naturally aspirated masterpiece, producing 300 horsepower. It is paired with a 6-speed automatic transmission that is smooth as butter. No continuously variable transmission, no turbo. Just proven Honda engineering. But here is what makes it better than a Honda Pilot. The MDX is built on a more sophisticated platform, and it uses Honda's super handling all-wheel drive system, one of the best all-wheel drive systems ever made. It actively sends power to individual wheels for better handling. The Pilot's all-wheel drive is basic. The interior is legitimately luxurious. Real leather, real wood trim, heated and ventilated seats, and a premium sound system. You are getting Lexus-level luxury with Honda reliability. Here is the kicker. You can find these for $8,000 to $10,000 with around 100,000 miles. A Honda Pilot from the same era with the same miles sells for $15,000 to $18,000. That is $7,000 less for a better vehicle, just because it says Acura instead of Honda. The J37 engine is bulletproof. These routinely reach 300,000 miles with just regular maintenance. Oil changes every 5,000 miles, transmission fluid every 60,000 miles, coolant every 100,000 miles. That is it. The only real issue to watch is the automatic transmission fluid. Honda calls it lifetime fluid, but that is not true. Change it every 60,000 miles and the transmission will last a very long time. Skip it and you may be looking at a $4,000 rebuild around 150,000 miles. Also check for valve cover gasket leaks. They are common around 100,000 miles but are a relatively inexpensive fix. Inspect the timing belt. This MDX has a timing belt, not a chain, and it needs to be changed every 105,000 miles. If there is no record of it being done, factor that into your price negotiation. Even with those maintenance items, you are still way ahead financially compared to buying a Honda Pilot, and you are driving a significantly nicer vehicle. The bottom line, look, I'm not telling you Hondas are bad. They're not. The CR-V and Pilot are solid vehicles. But you're paying a massive premium for the badge. You're paying for the perception of reliability, not necessarily better actual reliability. Every SUV on this list will go 200,000 to 300,000 miles with proper maintenance, every single one. But they're sitting on lots for $8,000 to $10,000, while people are paying double or triple that for a Honda. The smart play? Let someone else pay the Honda premium. Buy one of these overlooked gems, pocket the savings, and use that money for maintenance. Because here's the secret. Any car will last if you maintain it properly, and with the money you save by not buying a Honda, you can afford to maintain it like a Swiss watch. Don't follow the herd. Think for yourself, do your research, get a pre-purchase inspection, check the service records, and buy smart. An $8,000 SUV that outlasts a Honda is sitting on a lot right now, waiting for someone smart enough to recognize value when they see it.